setup's kind of janky. I'm trying to turn it this way so I can see the chat, bro. I guess you can kind of see that, can't you? Shrink the dab pen a little bit too. I gotta poop, that's what it is, bro.
Stitch is the #1 movie.
Also cute and fluffy.
See what this one sounds like. My guilt has overwhelmed me like a burden too heavy to bear. Psalms 38:4. Tempo, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Kind of hard to read the comments unless I just come forward.
Unbelievable! Why do you always gotta lick inside of my mouth?
Part man, part dog. 100% bona fide family fun. Dog Man. Rated PG. Streaming now only on Peacock.
With Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more.
Yeah, just like that breakfast burrito.
There isn't too much hot.
Mother of ads, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Out of the depths, I cry to you. Lord, Lord, hear my voice. Psalms 130. Shout out JLY Beats.
Oops, sorry to barge in like this. Isn't it so annoying when an ad like this interrupts your fun? What if I told you?
That was annoying. Come now, let us settle the matter, says the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red as crimson, but I missed that. Though they are red as crimson, they shall be like wood. Isaiah 1:18. I don't know what that meant, but hopefully So that's a good beat.
When it comes to video creation, every detail matters. I go to artlist.io for music that matches my vision. The more options I
one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
We're going to let people try the new Boost Bubble Network. Risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm glad, bro. Repent and turn to God, so that your sins may be wiped out. Acts 3:19.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with
You know what I like playing, bro? Please no N-word. Isn't that a crazy thing that we have to do? We have to say please no N-word. Isn't that crazy, bro? You know what I like to do, dude? I like to play with these drumless backing tracks, bro. Like, I can play this Latin shit, bro. looking for, bro? Ah. Me so fucking loud.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, let's hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on. I just play random shit at this point, bro. I think I'm gonna smoke a blizzard, bro.
1, 2, 3, 4.
out these backing tracks with these backing tracks are dumb fun to play along with, bro. Let's see what else we got. Here, we know this one. Tell me if
you know Harbor Freight for affordability,
Appreciate
but
that.
durability goes right along with it. You see, we test.
Tell me if you guys know this one. expecting to have a long ass drum solo in there, but it was fun. Let's see what else we got, bro. It's a good one.
Artless AI.
These drumless play-alongs are fun, bro. I think I'm gonna roll a blunt, bro. I haven't smoked a blunt in a long time, man. And we'll come back and play some more. We'll play some beats or something. Jazz is like that asshole that keeps telling you about how great your wine is. It's just jazz, it's just wine. Man. I'm trying to decipher what that means. I don't know if I'm high or if I'm sober. I can't comprehend it, bro. Oh my goodness. Literally, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I'm in the crib, bro. The crib ski. No, bro. South Carolina, bro. But it's gonna take a minute to roll a blunt. I can only make noise till 6. Let's see. Watch out, Nelly Belly. Let's see. Pretty sure I have. Oh, I already have a blunt rolled, bro. An old blunt. Oh, it's just a roach now. I bet I could hit that shit. I don't even need to roll something. My thing is I can only make noise until I'm gonna make noise in here till 6. We'll be rapping later, man. I'm just playing drums right now, bro. You know. We're always rapping, man. Rap. Rap every day. And I love it, dude. And I will continue to do it, of course, but you know. Sometimes it's just like a wow, I literally grabbed a cig when you said that, bro. There's a guy in South Carolina down here named Mark Rap. He plays the trumpet. Mark Rap. All we do is rap. And it's very fun. But, oh, Nelly girl, I'm gonna let you outside in a second. Spread it on the live twin. Quit him. I should, man. Yeah, I should. I really should. I need something to fill the place of it almost, or I need to heal whatever reason I'm smoking it, bro. I say it's like a discipline thing, and maybe it is, bro. I don't know. I don't even want more girls right now, bro. I'm overloaded, bro. I don't want any of them. Like I don't want any girl right now. Just want goals, bro. It's not even anything personal. It's personal for me. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to get myself right, bro. I think about it, bro. I'm relatively broke at the moment, bro. I'm barely, I'm feeding my dog more than I'm eating a lot of the time. Steadily growing my channel, working on music, man, and I don't intend to take too much of my attention away from that. Even this dog is difficult, man, to give her the attention she deserves, man. You know what I mean? I said this to somebody else. It's almost like because I took care of this dog for a couple months. She was a baby when my neighbor abandoned her, man. And I found her a new family, and they seemed really good and promised me they'd take good care of her. And I get a call a year later that she'd been found on the street, bro. So, broke my heart, so I had to come pick her up, right? From the shelter. And I'm a month into it, bro. It's almost like getting back with your ex-girlfriend, bro. You think back to all the good times, and oh my God, your heart's just going out to them. And I mean, this is different. This is abandoned dog. But then you remember, why you broke up with them. You forget about, I don't know if I could give this dog the attention it deserves. I mean, I'm keeping her safe. I'm playing with her when we can, feeding her, giving her treats, taking her with me everywhere I go, bro. And, she's living a good life. But you just remember, I was locked in at this time last year, too, when I had, my neighbor abandoned her, and I just couldn't give her the attention she deserved. Getting food for her. I mean, she's always been fed, bro. She's always been fed when she's with me. Overfed at that, bro. Even when I'm struggling. Last year at this time, I was struggling to pay rent at my place. Ended up actually losing that place. Because I made a very risky decision, which I still think was a good idea. It led to some hard times, but I had to get rid of her, bro. Serge found a really good family for her, I thought, bro. Dude said he owned a shelter, 300 dogs at one point. It was a man and his wife. They seemed so good. They knew everything about her. That type of dog, and they started training her on the spot there. I've never seen her behave so well. Why was she found on the street a year later? But yeah, I'm back with her. I'm taking care of her. She's a sweetheart. She's calmed down a little bit since then, man. She's a year older. She wasn't even a year old when I was taking care of her when she was a baby. I was working 2 jobs and in the studio basically every night. I mean, she was with me in the studio, but I was just locked in, bro. I couldn't, and I was taking risks on myself, and I don't want to have to take risks knowing I'm risking somebody else's life or something else's life. I'm okay with taking risks that'll negatively affect my life in the short term, but I'm not trying to negatively affect the well-being and comfort of another being. Does that make sense? Like, if I had a girlfriend right now and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna spend all my money on this real quick, and I don't know where my meal's gonna come tomorrow, but I gotta take this business opportunity. I gotta take this music opportunity. I gotta throw everything at it. I gotta throw a big chunk, and I don't want to risk somebody else's well-being. I'm okay with being uncomfortable, because I know I'll grow through that. But women aren't like that. Most of the ones I meet, or most of the ones that I've known, your girlfriends or stuff, they don't want to take some risk and lose lose their comfort. For women, a lot of the times it's about comfort and being comfortable. But for being a growing man, discomfort, that's where the growth occurs, bro. And sometimes that's physical, sometimes it's mental. Bro, I don't have any friends, bro. Basically. But yeah, I'm cool with a lot of black people. I'm cool with a lot of white people. I fucking hate Asians. No, I'm just kidding. I'm cool with everybody, but yeah, I don't really have any super close friends, I feel like, man. It's very lonely. God probably put this dog in my life for this, like, moment. He probably knew I was, like, struggling, bro. I got some things I really need to work on, and I'm so aware of it. Kind of avoiding it, but when 6 o'clock rolls around, I'll have to get to it. I'm just kind of stalling until then. 5:17. What's up, how do you say your name, Tanya? I'm at a weird position where a lot of my friends that are like around my age, bro, are just not like pushing, not even trying to push the envelope. And I say friends, I mean, I guess I do have some friends, man, but a lot of people my age aren't trying to push it like I am, and I worry if when I hang out with them, or if I hang out with them, like, I'm gonna get like drawn down, or I'm gonna lose some ambition, or yeah, let's just play video games tonight, or yeah, let's eat pizza and play video games, and like, dude, let's go to the bar tonight. It's like, I worry that that's gonna slow me down. So I just don't do it 99.9% of the time. They really only see me if it's something music related or something business related. A lot of my friends, I guess, are people that play music. And I basically only see them when we're playing music, man. I'm not really hanging out with them. Anybody. Potentially, bro. It's true, but a lot of people, like, you know, even my age, I mean, I know a lot of my, like, friends or whatever, you know, they're comfortable, or they're working a job, or they're going to college, and or they're living with their parents, or they're doing this and that, and I don't know, man. I don't know anybody like me, bro. Not that your friends have to be like you. They don't. But I wish there was more people that shared the ambition and drive I have, man. Shit is so fucking lonely, bro. Like, I wish I knew people that are just so ambitious and just trying to achieve something, or push the envelope, or become financially free, and just good, loving people that build people up. Walk around, like, give compliments to people, raise the vibration of the room, try to make people laugh. Still, like, very ambitious and disciplined. I don't know a lot of people like that. Smoke weed every day. I'm from Cincinnati, bro. Weed is legal in Cincinnati. Weed is recreationally legal. And they have shops. It's funny, my whole life I was such a pothead. And then, and weed was always so illegal in Cincinnati. I was always getting caught with misdemeanors and Mr. Wieners. I was always getting caught with misdemeanors and a bunch of bullshit, bro. And I got it all expunged from my record. But 3 days after I moved out of I moved after Cincinnati, 3 days after I moved, 8.5 hours from Cincinnati, they legalized weed. Three days after I left the state. I said, you're kidding me. Y'all couldn't have done that sooner. I mean, I was a pothead, bro. You know, as soon as I turned 18, they made medical marijuana legal in Cincinnati. And I had a childhood doctor that was super cool, and I had some back pain, but I went to the doctor. I was telling him about my back pain. I'm like, yeah, I think I might need some medical marijuana. I might need to try that. See if it helps with my back pain. He knew I was capping, bro, but he still wrote me the prescription. I mean, I did have back pain. I still do have back pain, but I mean, I didn't need no medical marijuana, bro. I just, you know, I used to be a really big pothead. I've slowed it down in my older years, but here and there it's good. My view on it is so skewed, bro. I mean, it's always changing. I'm thinking, sometimes, look, when I smoke it, I'm like, oh, I should always be doing this. I should probably always be high. And it wears off, and I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool, but I don't know if that was really beneficial, and I think it might have slowed me down a little bit. Took a little ambition out, but then I smoke, next time I smoke it, I'm like, oh, well, this isn't so bad, and now I'm seeing things in a different perspective, and, you know, maybe this overall helped me, but I don't know, dude. Some people are like, don't smoke weed. Weed will slow you down. It'll fuck everything up. All your momentum. And other people are like, no, make sure you smoke it. Smoke it every day, because I was thinking about this the other day, bro. Like, I find myself scrolling on social media sometimes, bro. You'll, like, one little short you watch, it'll say one thing. Like, I wish I had like a good for instance here. But then the next short, or like 10 shorts later, it's someone talking about the same topic, but saying the completely other thing. Like one slide is like, do this, and like, you know, make sure you're hanging out with your friends in your 20s, and this is not, and then like the next slide is like, if you're hanging out with your friends in your 20s, like, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. And then the next slide is like, you know, don't take risks, just enjoy life. This is not it. And then like the next slide is like, if you don't take risks, your life is fucked. And dude, it's just like everything is so different, bro. Everybody's so different. Even this, two of the biggest producers in the world. I can speak from the music world, how this. You know, Rick Rubin, I talked about this the other day, I think, but Rick Rubin is like, if you're writing a song, finish that song that night. It doesn't matter what's going on, if you have to stay up, he's like, finish the song that night. Otherwise, you know, this and that, or you'll lose the magic of the moment, or it will never be the same if you, and then you know, multi-platinum, just Grammy probably winning producer Rick Rubin said that. And then another, appreciate that, bro. Hey, Faye membership. Yo, thank you, Richard. W Richard in the chat. Thank you, bro. Rick Rubin's like, finish that song, and that night you have to. And then Benny Blanco, you know, another probably, I'm sure, Grammy-winning producer, is like, man, if I'm working with an artist, and the artist comes at the studio, and we might write one word, and then if it doesn't feel right, the vibe isn't right, we'll just go play mini golf, and then we'll go have a party, and then maybe the next day, maybe we'll have the inspiration to finish the verse, or maybe it'll come together, but sometimes the time just isn't right. And then you hear 20 influencers, there's no such thing as the right time. You just gotta make it happen, or it's not gonna happen. And then somebody else is like, don't push, don't force anything. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You have to just let things happen naturally and don't force it. And then you hear Alex Hormozy, start, do it now. It's all discipline. David Goggins. Then David Goggins is like, you gotta just push. You gotta push harder and harder. And then fucking the next person's like, yo, don't push too hard. You know, make sure to chill and take your time. And the next person's like, there's no time. Now you gotta go. You gotta do it now. Like, bro, I'm starting to think it's not good. It's not healthy for my brain to be watching these shorts and stuff, bro. A lot of them are very inspirational, but it gets to a point where I'm like, I'm not even sure what I think anymore. I'm being influenced in every opposite direction. Like, I was walking my dog earlier today and I was freaking out because I was just like, man, I'm starting to not even know where I lie on some of these subjects or where I'm at, because like I'm hearing such good perspectives from all situations, and this person's saying do that and that person's saying do that, and I think this, but then I think that, and then I don't know, dude. Like, you know, there's just so many perspectives, bro, and perspective is everything. And then, yeah, dude, I hit the blunt, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm just checking in with myself. You know, some people say fuck what people say. If they're not in the position you want, if they're not in the position or have the things that you want, don't listen to them. And then a mega billionaire is just like, make sure you listen to everybody. Listen to the homeless guy. Listen to the guy in Walmart. Listen to the guy, the police officer. Listen to all these people, and you know. And then somebody else is a billionaire. Don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to your family. Don't listen to your friends. Only listen to yourself. And there's a whole group of people. Don't listen to yourself. Listen to God. Don't even trust yourself. You can't be trusted. Just trust God. And then the next slide is like, God's not real. This is not. It's just like, bro, like everybody's got an opinion and a perspective. And all that matters is yours, I guess. And I don't know, bro. The Benny Blanco, Rick Rubin thing really got me stressed, though. That's the only one that's really stressing me out. Benny Blanco's like, don't push it. If it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel right, or I just can't finish that final melody, I might come back to it 8 years later, and boom, it's a hit. That's like, and then Rick Rubin's like, don't wait on your finish that song that night, otherwise this and that, or it won't work. And then fucking John Mayer's like, don't go to that dinner. The dinner is the killer of all dreams and art. You get to the studio at 2 o'clock, and then by 5 o'clock you strike gold, but then you have a dinner at 8. And so you're in the studio, you just struck gold, and now you're leaving to go to dinner, this dinner you wanted to go to. And then you get home, you get back to the studio after the dinner, and the magic is gone. And the song doesn't come together in the same way. I have no idea what the fuck to think anymore. I look up to all these people and they're all saying something different. They're all saying something different. So you just gotta do whatever feels right to you, yeah. I'm gonna rap today, Willie. Yeah, we was rapping earlier a little bit, but we're gonna rap more. Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely later tonight. I think I have some things I need to take care of. And part of the reason my live stream feels a little goofy right now, because I kind of went full live stream mode this last week. Haven't been working on my songs. Haven't been finishing verses that I need and want to finish. Haven't been finishing some other songs and shit, and calling people and getting life shit in straight. Making sure I'm lined up to have a place to live in a couple of days here when I leave. I haven't really confirmed it yet. I don't know what I'm doing with my dog. So I've just been full stream mode. Like, we streamed probably 11 hours yesterday, bro. Just and just didn't think about anything. But now the time's coming where I need to start thinking about, okay, life shit. I get so sucked up in the music and live streaming. Like, bro, if no one's watching me, bro, like, I'm like on the piano for hours, and then I go directly to my drum set, and then boom, I'm listening to some dope music or seeing somebody freestyle real good, and then I'm getting inspired and I'm going on a live stream, I'm freestyling, and then I'm like, whoa, what if I set my camera up in this way and then I freestyle like this, and what if I play the drums while I'm doing it, or wait a minute, let me go make a beat real quick and then I'll come back. Like, bro, I'll just be, and then I'll be like, wait a minute, I didn't even eat today, and like I forgot I had like an appointment at 4. You know, shit, I have a gig tonight, I didn't even realize. Like, dude, I'll get so lost in the sauce. Music is my passion, but I think it's also just the reason I get good at it is because I don't know how to do anything else, bro. That, like, super well. Like, life shit. Like, just like, I don't know. I mean, I work out every day. You know, I'm generally eating pretty good, but just going to music, I always know that's something I can do, bro, and I'm gonna enjoy that. Hey, what's up, White Smith? Appreciate it, bro. Likewise, man. You know, support is everything, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Richard. Yo, W. Richard, W. Wyatt, bro. Really? Yeah, it's like it's a weird thing, bro. Like, I'm hoping it makes sense, but the thing is, bro, like, in a way, you should live life every day. I think this to myself. In a way, you should live life in a way that's like, you should enjoy your life every day. And the things I enjoy are like musical or creative activities. So, but also I enjoy, you know, working out. I enjoy like, trying to be healthy and sunshine, and so. Always just trying to be in the sun. I'm work out and push myself, and just improvement. Progress is everything to me, and growing. And I always think just getting better at a skill is always just. I always think getting better at a skill is like the best thing you can do. But that's always what I want to do, bro. I always want to get better, improve. Generally is musically, but I'm realizing in this moment, like, maybe it should be like internally more. I was working out at 5 a.m. today. But I haven't been going to the gym. I just work out at home, and I have these weights and stuff. It's so much better, bro. Because you just save so much time, bro. You save so much time. I normally do, every day I do push-ups and squats. Every single day. I do at least 2 sets to failure. Like, until I literally am falling. Or I do fall to the ground. And then I just add different shit in, bro, every day. But I'm working chest and my legs every day. But yeah, normally I'm just doing full body workouts too, bro. It's funny, I am paying for a membership. The closest gym now that I moved is like an hour away. I haven't even made it once. I should probably just cancel that membership, but appreciate it, bro. Right, but the thing is, like, they say if you want to be great at something, you really want to, you know, be great or the best at your craft, or that you can be, I guess. You know, your life has to be unbalanced. That's what they say. For a while, but in the end,